Do you believe that on Earth there are creatures that look like they've stepped straight out of a science fiction movie? Not aliens, but fungi. From the blood-red devil's fingers rising like a nightmare, to glowing mushrooms that light up the forest as if they came from another planet. The world of fungi will leave you both amazed and unsettled. Let's explore 10 of the strangest, most alien-looking fungi on Earth, where nature itself becomes a master of science fiction artistry.
Number 10. The electric orange eyelash cup. Imagine walking through a damp, shaded forest, when suddenly dozens of fiery orange eyes seem to stare up at you from the mossy ground. Creepy? Absolutely. But these aren't alien creatures, they're fungi. And not just any fungi, but one of the strangest on Earth, the eyelash cup fungus. Each cup is tiny, barely a few millimeters across but blazing neon orange, rimmed with stiff black eyelashes that make them look like living eyes, hiding in the forest floor. From above, a whole cluster resembles a miniature field of glowing sensors, as if the ground itself is watching. And under the microscope, those eyelashes look even more bizarre. Black, segmented, bristle-like, more like alien antennae than anything natural. Scientists believe they help guide airflow, carrying spores farther on the wind. What's even stranger is that these fungi only grow alongside living moss. That means wherever you find them, you've stumbled upon a rare, untouched micro-ecosystem. They're not toxic, not edible, but when captured up close, their perfect circular symmetry and blazing color are so surreal that people often assume the photos are digitally altered. This fungus doesn't shock with size or menace, but with elegance, precision, and an undeniably alien aesthetic. It's like a tiny, glowing ambassador from another world, quietly reminding us how bizarre and beautiful life on Earth can be, if you look closely enough.
Number 9. Bioluminescent mushrooms. Deep within the tropical forest at night, when the moonlight is swallowed by the thick canopy, the forest floor begins to glow with an otherworldly green light. Not fireflies, not ghostly flames, but something far stranger, Mycena chlorophyllus, the tiny mushroom that looks like it belongs to another realm entirely. By day, it's fragile and nearly invisible, delicate, translucent, a whisper among the shadows. But when darkness falls, each cap ignites with a ghostly emerald fire, illuminating the rotting wood and damp earth like a constellation scattered across the ground. It is as if the stars themselves have descended into the forest, shimmering just beneath your feet. Its glow is fleeting, lasting only a few nights after the mushroom fruits. The light comes from a secret chemical dance, a reaction much like the magic of fireflies and creatures of the deep sea. Steady, unearthly, and mesmerizing, the glow pulses from its gills, as though the mushroom carries a hidden secret of the night. In Japan, it is called Hato no Hai, the pigeon fire, and for centuries its strange radiance has haunted folklore, linked to wandering spirits or gateways between the human world and the unseen. Even today, on Yakushima Island, travelers venture into the forest under the cloak of night to witness this ethereal display. An entire carpet of glowing fungi, so surreal it feels like stepping into a dream. Or perhaps a haunting. You cannot eat it. You cannot use it as medicine. Its fragility makes it useless for human hands. Yet its true value lies in the awe, the unease, the quiet fascination it awakens in anyone lucky enough to see it. Perhaps nature created this light not only for survival, but to remind us that there are still mysteries on Earth we are not meant to fully understand. Number 8. The bleeding tooth fungus. Would you dare to touch a mushroom if it looked like it was bleeding right in front of you? This isn't a scene from a horror movie. It's a real organism known as the bleeding tooth fungus. At first glance, it looks like a pale, fleshy tooth stabbed open, with thick crimson droplets oozing from its surface. Under the sunlight, the blood-like beads gleam like rubies. Yet when they dry, they leave behind brown, crusted stains that look disturbingly like old wounds. It's so grotesque, so surreal, that many believe it can't possibly be real. Locals call it strawberries and cream to make it sound harmless, but others use far darker names, devil's tooth, or simply bleeding fungus. And when you see it for yourself, you'll understand why. But here's the twist. Despite its nightmarish appearance, this fungus isn't poisonous at all. It's simply inedible, with an intensely bitter taste and a body so tough and woody that no animal bothers with it. In a sense, it survives by fear alone. Beneath its terrifying disguise, however, lies a secret role. The bleeding tooth fungus forms a hidden alliance with coniferous trees like pine and spruce, trading nutrients underground and helping its host survive in poor, acidic soils. A gruesome face, masking a vital ecological partner. Still, finding one in the wild is rare. It hides in mossy forest floors of North America, Europe, and even remote regions of Asia. And if you're lucky, or unlucky, enough to stumble across one, those gleaming red droplets will make it feel less like a mushroom, and more like something straight out of a nightmare. Number 7. The starfish fungus. Picture yourself walking through a quiet forest, when suddenly, from the damp earth, something begins to emerge. At first, it looks like a crimson sea creature, an octopus or starfish, crawling out of the soil. But this is no ocean dweller. It's a fungus. The starfish fungus. Native to Australia and New Zealand, but now spread across parts of Africa and the Pacific, this fungus is as bizarre as it is unsettling. Its arms, 6 to 10 blood-red tentacles, push outward from a gelatinous egg, each one coated in a foul, greenish-brown slime. That slime reeks of rotting flesh, and it serves a chilling purpose. The stench lures flies and carrion feeders from afar. They land, feed, and unknowingly carry the fungus's spores with them, becoming unwilling messengers of its reproduction, a grotesque partnership, death's smell fueling new life. What makes this fungus even more alien is its perfect geometry. The red arms often curl at the tips, spreading out with uncanny precision, like a mechanical star designed by some otherworldly engineer. Against the blackish slime, the bright scarlet flesh looks almost artificial, part living organism, part nightmare machine. And yet, despite its horrifying appearance, the starfish fungus isn't toxic. In fact, in its egg stage, some claim it's technically edible, though the overwhelming stench makes that idea unbearable. Most would rather run from it than taste it. It thrives after rain in rich soils, gardens, mulch, rotting wood, and, when it bursts open, the sight is unforgettable. To stumble upon it is to feel, just for a moment, that the forest floor has opened a gateway, and something alien has stepped through. Number 6. The purple jelly disc fungus. At first glance, you'd swear this wasn't a fungus at all, but some kind of melted alien tissue clinging to dead wood, known as Ascocarine sarcoides, or more chillingly, the purple jelly disc or purple brain fungus. This bizarre life form turns the forest floor into something out of a sci-fi nightmare. Growing in irregular, brain-like clusters on decaying hardwood, it forms soft, gelatinous lobes, shiny and moist after rain, like living lab-grown tissue or pieces of coral from a distant ocean. Each blob measures just 1 to 4 centimeters across, but together they smear across rotting trunks like an otherworldly infection spreading through the forest. Its color is what truly sets it apart, a translucent lavender-purple glow, stark against the dull browns of wood and leaf litter. In the gloom of autumn forests, these rubbery clusters shimmer faintly, as if they belong not to Earth, but to some alien moon. And yet hidden within its strange body lies something remarkable. This fungus produces volatile compounds called mycodiesel, chemicals with a structure eerily similar to diesel fuel. Scientists have studied it as a potential biofuel source, proof that even the strangest fungi can hold secrets with the power to change our future. Ecologically, the purple jelly disc plays a humble but crucial role, breaking down hardwood, recycling nutrients, and feeding the forest soil. It shifts between forms. Its sexual stage appears as the jelly-like purple discs, while its asexual stage transforms into a dark, mold-like growth across the wood. Two faces, one purpose: decomposition. Though not toxic, it's also not edible. Its slimy, gelatinous texture makes it far from appetizing, unlike its distant cousin, the wood ear mushroom. But visually, it's unforgettable. When you stumble across it, you feel as if you've discovered something forbidden: lavender jelly, smeared across bark like melted candy, or the remains of something that should never have been alive. Number 5. The small stag's horn fungus. Deep in the forest, where fallen branches lie forgotten, something strange begins to grow. Rising from the damp wood are clusters of tiny yellow antlers, glowing like sparks of fire in the shadows. This is Calocera cornea, the small stag's horn fungus, a creature so bizarre it looks like coral transplanted from the ocean floor. Or alien feelers reaching up from beneath the bark. Each stalk is no taller than 4 centimeters, but together they form bright, jelly-like forests of gold. Touch them, and they bend, only to spring back, as if alive. In foggy light after rain, they appear to shimmer, tricking the eye into thinking they might actually glow. Unlike most fungi, the stag's horn has no gills or pores. Instead, it releases its spores directly from its smooth, rubbery surface, microscopic hooks glistening with oily droplets. Despite its delicate size, it plays a powerful role in the forest, breaking down dead wood and breathing new life into the soil. Inedible, harmless, but unforgettable, the small stag's horn fungus transforms decay into something otherworldly. Log covered in its golden antlers feels less like part of Earth and more like a gateway into another world. Number 4. The turkey tail fungus. At first glance, this fungus seems less like something from Earth and more like a piece of alien architecture. Known scientifically as Trametes versicolor, the turkey tail fungus spreads across fallen logs and tree stumps in thin, layered fans that shimmer with rings of color: browns, grays, blues, purples, even greens and golds. Each band grows outward like the rings of a tree, forming patterns so vivid they look painted by hand. Its velvety surface and overlapping rosettes give it the look of coral reefs or mineral crystals, glowing subtly when touched by light. But beyond its mesmerizing beauty, this fungus hides an extraordinary secret. It is one of the most medically studied mushrooms in the world. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is called yunji, and in Japan, its extracts form part of a powerful cancer therapy, thanks to compounds that stimulate the immune system. Though too tough to eat, it is brewed into teas and tinctures that carry its healing power. In the forest, however, it remains one of the most enchanting sights, transforming ordinary dead wood into a rainbow tapestry that looks less like decay and more like something born from another world. Number 3. The devil's fingers. Few fungi look as unsettling as Clathrus archery, better known as the devil's fingers or octopus stinkhorn. At first, it hides inside a small white egg, but when the shell breaks open, it unleashes 4 to 8 blood-red tentacles that writhe upward like something crawling out of the underworld. Each arm is coated in a foul, slimy substance that reeks of rotting flesh. The smell is no accident. It lures flies and scavenger insects, which land on the slime, pick up spores, and unknowingly carry them to new places. It's nature's grotesque but ingenious strategy for survival. With its crimson, fleshy arms and corpse-like stench, it's easy to mistake this fungus for a piece of decaying meat or a horror movie prop. Yet despite its nightmarish appearance, it isn't poisonous. Instead, it plays a vital role in breaking down dead wood and recycling nutrients back into the soil. But for anyone who stumbles across it in the forest, the devil's fingers will always look less like a mushroom and more like a monster clawing its way out of the earth. Number 2. The red cage fungus. Clathrus ruber, better known as the red cage fungus, looks less like a mushroom and more like something built by aliens. It begins as a pale, rubbery egg, but when it ruptures, it explodes into a bright, red lattice sphere up to 20 centimeters wide. This cage-like structure is coated with a foul brown slime that reeks of rotting flesh. The stench attracts flies, which land on it, pick up spores, and carry them away, nature's grotesque but brilliant delivery system. What makes it even stranger is the speed. In just a few hours, the fungus can expand from a small egg into a full cage, unfolding like a living sculpture. For many who stumble across it, the sight is so bizarre they think it's man-made, or even a piece of alien technology. Though harmless, it's inedible and short-lived, collapsing into a slimy mass within days. Ephemeral yet unforgettable, the red cage fungus is one of Earth's most surreal organisms, an otherworldly creation hiding in plain sight. Number 1. The amethyst deceiver. Among the world's most alien-looking fungi is Lacaria amethystina, better known as the amethyst deceiver. Unlike grotesque stinkhorns or the geometric red cage fungus, this mushroom captivates with its brilliant, metallic purple color and waxy, almost translucent body. Fresh and moist, it glows with a deep amethyst hue, so vibrant it looks artificial. But as it dries, the color fades to pale lilac or gray, earning it the name deceiver. The cap starts convex, later flattening with age, while its gills and slender stem share the same shifting purple tones. Under the microscope, its spiny spores add another layer of strangeness. Though non-toxic and even edible, it's rarely collected. Its true magic lies in the forest undergrowth, where in dim light it seems to shine with an otherworldly glow, like a fragment of another world hidden among the leaves. On any list of Earth's most alien fungi, the amethyst deceiver is a fitting number 1.